So your grid for the Indonesian GP sees Luca Marini start on pole, but he does have a long lap penalty coming his way. Then it's the factory of Aprilia's Maverick Vinales and Alicia Spargo, and Augusto Fernandez are on the row behind them. But completing your grid for the Indonesian GP is Dran Mir, Taka Nakagami and Alex Rins.
The sighting lap has just finished. The lights will go out in a few seconds and the Indonesian Grand Prix will begin. Full throttle, it's lights out, and we are racing in MotoGP in Indonesia. It's a really good start of the Factory KTM by Brad Binder, but look at Jorge Martin. Martin from the back of the second row in 6th place. A sensational barnstorming start from the world champion leader. He gets the whole shot. Martin leads here in Indonesia from 6. Incredible.
Bagnaia is being aggressive on this first lap. Watching him further back, he's up at least 2 or 3 places. He's ahead of his teammate, he's ahead of Jack Miller, and he's ahead of Marco Bezzecchi.
How good is that upgraded Ducati launch device? How good is Jorge Martin off the line? Well, we just saw there a perfect illustration. One of the best starts you'll see in MotoGP. He launched away like a rocket, didn't he? Jorge Martin then leads, being hotly pursued by Maverick Vinales. Fabio Quartararo there in 3rd place. Alicia Spargo again has missed the start. The factory of Brilliant Man back in 5th.
Pecco Bagnaia is up 3 places. He's up into 9th place. Alicia Spargo's first lap is getting worse as he goes wide. Bagnaia might gain another 2 places there up the inside of Marquez and Espargaro.
Around the outside then now through the 3rd gear, turn 11 as Alicia Spargo. He leans on the world champion Bagnaia. Marquez gets squeezed out of the marble as well. It's been a real bad first lap for the Repsol man who's got at least further weight in the sprint yesterday. Bastianini runs wide. It is absolute carnage on this first lap here in Mandalika. Marco Bezzecchi is going backwards as well. At the front, it is Jorge Martin that leads, and 3/10 clear of Maverick Vinales.
Quartararo offline there as he comes through the change of direction. That's going to hurt him all the way down to turn number 10. Luca Marini's on the racing line. Quartararo on the inside. Bagnaia now looking to go through.
Marini gets collected. Yeah, Marini's been collected. Marini then will not get the chance to serve his long lap penalty. He goes down at turn 10. I was just about to say, Marco Bezzecchi, we saw him getting pushed around and barged around on that first lap. He went down to 13th place from 9th. I think Binder there was worried about running into back of Quartararo on the outside with nothing he could do. The luckless Luca Marini.
This has been such a good, all the credit to Martin for his start to take the lead, but this has been a world champion's first couple of laps from Pecco Bagnaia, who is staring at the podium positions up ahead of him, with Fabio Quartararo running in 3rd place as Martin sets the fastest lap of the race. Vinales is going with him. Quartararo at the moment is not.
Vinales going to be careful though about the front tyre temperature pressure, isn't he? And that's dirty air behind Martin. Quartararo at the moment fighting a great fight, as he so often does in that factory Yamaha. We've lost Pol Espargaro. That's a rather disconsolate trudge through the gravel trap, isn't it, for the man who sadly has lost his full-time seat in the Gas Tech 3 team. Sensational stuff by the world champion. It's going to get even better for him, isn't it? He slots on the inside of Quartararo through the 3rd gear, turn 13. This is brilliant by Bagnaia. It's taken him, what, 2 3/4 laps to get himself from 13th to 3rd.
And Alicia Spargo immediately relegates Quartararo down to 5th. Alicia Spargo knows he's got to make up ground early on. Quartararo's trying to relegate him back again. That's brave and bold from the 2021 world champion who releases it again. Alicia Spargo knows with that soft rear tyre he needs to make up ground in the first half of this race and then manage that tyre towards the end.
Another fastest lap of the Grand Prix early on here then for Martin, 1:31.619. The Binder Marini incident currently under investigation from the FIA managing features. Quartararo runs in hotman in the first corner. That allows Brad Binder to ease on through. Assam, you were watching closely that incident turn 10 early on with Binder and Marini. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly Binder's crash, you know, but I just want to explain what happened. I'm sure about this. He pulled out to pass and would have pulled the pass off. The problem is, I've been in exactly the same situation. When you get by and then you realise you need that extra bit of room to run wide, like often happens, another metre, and there's someone there. You know, there's someone so close in front that you realise, oh no. So he was trying to go for the gap between and took Marini out.
It's Martin asking big questions of Vinales at the moment. Top Gun does not have the answers, running in 2nd place, although he is still 1.8 seconds clear of Pecco Bagnaia, or at least he was at the start of this lap. So for Maverick Vinales, it might be a case of just managing what he's got and trying to hold on to that podium position. Brad Binder has a long lap penalty. No real surprise with that one. It looked from our vantage point as if Binder was the guilty party there. He will be coming through the long lap penalty loop, along with Marini, of course, who still has to serve his long lap penalty. Now he has rejoined this race.
Luca Marini then, he pulls in, he has completed the long lap. And I guess after the crash as well, there's obviously no chance he was going to score points. Absolutely nothing to gain.
Left of picture from that second row, just gets it beautifully hooked up. Martin is clear in the lead.
We know that Ducati recently have given Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia this upgraded start device. Well, it is working, an absolute treat, isn't it? What a sensational start that was by Jorge Martin. There is Luca Marini. Look, the massive ice pack has gone straight on that left collarbone. There's something down there. Somebody's got Marc Marquez. I was going to say, just saw a puff of dust, a cloud of debris, and it's Marc Marquez who has a miserable Mandalika Grand Prix. Listen to the groans from the fans in the background there. It's an unlucky turn 13 for Marquez. Didn't even complete a lap in yesterday's TSO sprint, and he's bailed off on lap 8 here in Indonesia today. No points for Marc Marquez. And now two big reasons why he feels like he has no choice but to walk away from HRC next season and build his career back up at Ducati. And there he is, just look at that. Lost the World Championship for the first time since the end of April in Jerez, but he's about to punish Jorge Martin to the absolute max hit in Mandalika. He starts the last lap, a second clear of Vinales.
Yeah, it was a crucial lap back for Bagnaia as Vinales was preoccupied with Quartararo behind him and did a 32-0. Bagnaia was able to eke that lead back out to over a second. So even if Quartararo is able to take this second place on this final lap, there is no time remaining for him to catch Pecco Bagnaia, who just needs to make sure that he is mistake-free on this final lap. What can Quartararo do about passing Vinales? He's been staring at the back of that Aprilia for a number of laps now, either trying to work out how he can get through. Turn 10 might well be his best opportunity, but he's not close enough.
31.6 on lap 26 from Bagnaia. That is just mind-blowing pace. This late on, it looks like he is going to hold off Vinales and Quartararo. We're all eyes, and aren't we now, on the former factory Yamaha teammates. Vinales then, they power through turn 12, third gear, 130 kilometers an hour. They drop down and slightly off camber through turn 13. It looks like Pecco Bagnaia has got this one covered. Vinales desperately holding on here for third place. Is Quartararo going to go on? Is he not going to be close enough? But Pecco Bagnaia with 2 corners remaining here in Indonesia, with Jorge Martin down and out of a 3-second lead. Through the final corner we go. Bagnaia almost a walking pace as he comes over the line, but it's a monumental, a massive victory in Mandalika for Pecco Bagnaia and the defence of his MotoGP World Championship. Cue Mark Vermey to the race winner, who is rightly celebrating with his mechanics. If he continues like this, it will be difficult for his rivals to catch up with him. We're live for the podium ceremony where there's an Italian flag flying on the top step. A stunning win in great Italian style. Bagnaia beat his opponents with a masterful victory today. Let's take a look at the final ranking of the MotoGP race before the traditional podium ceremony.